Today we're looking at using natural light and bounces to assist cinematography and image creation. We will be looking at the music video Fever that was made by Wizkid, and we'll be looking at how they used natural light and actually bounce source to assist crafting of imagery. So if we actually dive into the first frame that we're looking at here, we could see how the white pillowcases and the white curtains have similar levels with the lake and the sky, and it makes it easier for the plant that actually in the frame to actually stand out, and his color scheme and his own wardrobe add to the color contrast to create like a better contrast for the scene. If we actually look at the frame, we could actually see where the pillowcases and the wardrobes and the curtains becomes like bouncers that's actually creating a soft feel bounce to actually light up the frame, which is obvious when you check out the other frame where this becomes virtually light source, thereby the skylight is actually coming from this side of the frame, and the sun, which we would see in the next frame, it's actually heading towards this direction. So we have all this becoming like soft source that's actually keen and adding to the soft light that's actually present from the sky, making the entire look diffused and making it soft, and with the help of the color contrast that exists between his own character, his own wardrobe, and the sky and the environment creates depth that's also accentuated by the plants in the frame. If you look at the next frame, the sun is actually coming from the right side of the frame, and this is somewhere around 5 p.m. in the evening, whereby the sun is actually setting, which the sun becomes like your key, and the right side of the frame, which is the skylight, becomes like your fill. Adding to it with the generic bouncers that has been obviously characterized with several frames that have appeared in the entire imagery of this video, which we can see. So going forward, we can now see this is obviously the skylight that's now becoming the key of the frame, and there's some diffuse bounce board, or probably those bounce like we talked about, the white clothes that's actually surrounding several parts of the frame, becoming the entire feel that is reducing the concentration, giving the soft feel that we're seeing. And if you notice, we have some warmthness that's coming from this side of the frame, which is obviously apparent in the skin as opposed to the cold tones that we could see that's obviously on the right side of this frame. On the next frame, this is an overcast day because there's no direct sunlight coming from it, and usually you could see the shadows. This could be either the sun that's covered by clouds or an artificial source of light that is diffused to create definition in an overcast day, adding to crafting the image or crafting dimension for the image. We could see the bounce boards that's actually on his glasses, and the sun is actually came from the right based on the shadows you could see under his shirt here, the shadows here, and also from under his glasses here, the sun shadow that you actually see there. Same thing, but this one she's a little bit backlight by the source. If you look at the bike, you could see the tree who's actually creating tree reflections that's actually creating the shades and breaking up the light, adding to the diffusion of the light. And these are like wooden railings that you could see through the cloth that is the background. You get these wooden railings goes across, and it just becomes the background of the video. So you get like a piece of cloth and you create like a frame around it, and it becomes an interesting background with this Ankara color scheme that adds to the dimension and depth of the nature of the video. So going forward, this is where we could actually see the directionality of the sun. We could see the skylights deep in the background that's obviously creating. Now we could see like the sun shadows directly underneath his eyeballs here, like you can see here. So which tells us the sun, which is a major key, is coming from the right side of the frame, and obviously there's like a bounce board feel that's filling into the shadows that is created, which is, and you can see that this side of the face is less deep into the shadows because the sun is actually the one casting the shadows that we can obviously see on this shirt. So that bounce is lightening the shadows and creating this feel, which you could also see the directionality that's coming from the palm tree in the background that is casting this shadow against the sun's directions. So moving on to the next frame, we could see more frames that characterizes the bounce that you could see in his glasses, a bit of the sun shadows, a bit of that same palm tree hard shadows that we can see, and the skylight also that's creating the backlight that's edge lighting the talent that you could see here in the frame. On the next frame, you could obviously clearly now see the sun that's almost behind the horizon and the trees that on the reflection of his glasses. On the previous frame, if we go back to this frame, we just have like a HMI source that is actually keying the talent from the right side of the frame, and we have like a sodium vapor gelled Fresnel or HMI light that's actually giving us this color temperature, and also we have like the moon in the background for reference. So I don't think it serves any purpose based on illumination into like deep space, but yeah, that's the moon there. We have like the Fresnel that has like sodium vapor gel, and also a HMI source that's keying based on the shadows we could see that's coming off into this direction, that's showing, giving us the directionality of the light. So basically, using the quality of light that's available at this time of the day with bounce, you could actually create captivating imagery where the sun becomes like your key and the skylight becomes like your fill, and with a little bit of bounce and a little bit of fill light, you could actually craft and create imagery that it's virtually stunning, that if we're supposed to create artificially, it's gonna cost like $1 million. So I hope this has been helpful in some way or the other to your growth. Until next time, improvise, adapt, and overcome.